Joining us now for the must-read opinion pages, MSNBC contributor Mike Barnacle. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mika. Hello, Joe. Hello, Mike.
Seriously?
Mike.
We asked
Hello,
where Mike was, and he I saw somebody stretching in the back.
He was sleeping in the back.
Yes.
I swear.
No, it happened.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so Dana Milbank writes this in the Washington Post. Obama has already won the immigration fight.
And he writes in part, among the many ways Republican members of Congress are contemplating to punish President Obama for his executive actions on immigration is a proposal of elegant simplicity. They would refuse to invite him to the Capitol to give his State of the Union address. Yes. That should do the job. And if this doesn't force Obama to back down from his executive orders, Republican lawmakers can escalate by unfriending him on Facebook and unfollowing him on Twitter. In the immigration stare-down, Republicans have already blinked, unwilling to squander their new majority in public support by risking a government shutdown. They are quickly falling in line behind symbolic protests. Is that fair? And should they be working behind the scenes on just getting a bill?
We played a clip of somebody saying they wanted to stop the president's plan. Here's a great way to do that. Pass a bill.
Well, that's it.
Pass an immigration bill. You know, at some point, Republicans in the House of Representatives have to do their job. Like, they're going to have to do their job on ISIS. They fled town.
ISIS, immigration, tax reform.
ISIS, immigration, tax reform, and not just bills that they know they can go back and talk to their base about, but they scurried out of town before they had to take a position on ISIS, before the elections. That's cowardice. They're going to have to do something about an immigration system that's broken with, 13 million illegal immigrants right now. I mean, they're not going unless they're going to deport them all, they've got to figure out what they're going to do.
I don't think deporting them all would be cost efficient, do you?
They're not going to deport them. You know what? They have the budget to deport 400,000 illegal immigrants per year. They're 13 million. They're going to have to face the reality that is staring them in their face, and also understand a lot of their supporters want them to pass real immigration reform.
Well, they have both houses of Congress, so they got to stop talking and they got to do something.
They should pass a bill. And by the way, this is why Jeb Bush should run, I think, because I think this would be healthy for the Republican Party, because he has a very different vision for immigration reform than, say, Mitt Romney, who had to tag very right in the last election cycle. So, when you have Jeb Bush as a potential presidential nominee talking about immigration and why the party needs to be more appealing, especially to Latino voters, I think that changes the politics of this.
Julie, what's the likelihood that the Republicans on Capitol Hill are going to actually pass an immigration reform bill?
And why might it be easier said than done?
It's certainly easier said than done. I mean, at this point, there doesn't seem to be a lot of serious conversation about an immigration bill coming up next year. It is certainly possible, particularly if you get candidates like Jeb Bush who get in the race, others who say, this is for the good of the party, that maybe John Boehner and Mitch McConnell say, let's do this in order to help our party win the White House. But at this point, it seems pretty unlikely that you're going to see action on immigration next year.
Well, if that's the case, then Dana Milbank's right. Barack Obama's already won.
I sort of felt that way after he spoke to the nation about the executive order. I just felt like they can pass a bill, and that's the greatest argument ever. They may not like his tone, but...
And this feeds the argument he made, as I had to take executive action because nobody else will do anything, and as long as they don't do anything, it serves his argument, whether you agree with it or not.
Well, the thing is, the Supreme Court may look at that and say it's unconstitutional, but that really, at the end of the day, does the Republican Party no good.
Right.
There's still the party the do-nothing Congress that will not confront an ongoing crisis.
And the party of no.
I'm not talking about amnesty. I'm not even talking about a pathway to citizenship that puts illegal immigrants ahead of everybody else that wants to come to this country. But they have to do something to face the reality of 13 million illegal immigrants in this country.
And to your point, they could pass something that perhaps wouldn't fly earlier because the president has said, I will rip up this executive order, just pass something. Yeah. They could pass something that perhaps they really like.
Puts the president in a very bad position
if he were to veto it.
Pass the bill. The Wall Street